Hello everyone, I'm so much happy and excited to meet each and every one of you in this video where we discuss about addition of two numbers using C program. Let's get started. Now here is the program which we need to discuss. As you can see, the program starts with hash include stdio.h and it goes on till we reach this last flower bracket. Now before we go forward and just blindly go through this program, I would like to walk each and every one of you with all the lines separately. So the first line, it starts with hash include stdio.h with angle brackets. So what is this line? The line says this is a header file. The hash include, it speaks about preprocessor directive. It's a preprocessor directive, and stdio stands for standard input library. .h stands for header file. The program starts with this header file, and as mentioned before, the standard input output library, it speaks about the printf statement as well as the scanf statement, which we will discuss further in this video. For the time being, let's just observe the coding as it is. So here is the program. That is the first line we discussed here. So let us go to the next line. Next line speaks about int main of. The three alphabets int that you can see here is a keyword that references an integer data type. An integer data type is used with the main function that indicates the function should always return an integer value. When we use an integer int main function, it is by default we should write the return 0 at the end of the main function, which we shall see in a couple of minutes. The next line, it has a flower bracket. As you can see here, the flower bracket, it denotes the starting and ending of the statements in programming. In our case, it is C program. In between, we have lots and lots of commands and functions that we need to write it for a C program. So what does these two brackets mean? These two brackets, this is the open one and this is the closed one. It tells the compiler that whatever it is written in between these two flower brackets, they should be processed line by line. So we shall go to the next slide. Now we have the coding called as int a, b, c with a semicolon. The int stands for a data type integer. It is denoted by the word int. The a, b and c, it tells us it is an integer value which the user is supposed to type in using the keyboard. The printf function, it is used for displaying any sort of a message on the screen for the user. Hoping that you all have written the coding on your notebooks, I'm just giving you a line by line explanation of all the statements that is present for your addition of two numbers that you might have written in your notebook. The scanf function. This function is used to get an input from the user by means of the keyboard. For example, we are discussing about the addition of two numbers using C program. So the addition of two numbers can be anything. I have given you certain examples here: 5, 6, 7, 8 and so on. It can be any two number. The percentage %d stands for a signed decimal integer. Alright. The C compiler is informed that the input received from the user is a decimal integer and nothing else. The $a, $b, it is used to denote the address of the integer which is entered by the user. For example, if we enter 5 and 6 over here, whatever is typed in the keyboard, it is getting stored on the memory location of the alphabet A and the memory location of the alphabet B. That is what $a and $b stands for. Next, as mentioned before, return 0 stands for the program does not return an integer to the user. the program has literally finished its execution without any sort of an error. If there is an error, the compiler returns a non-zero value to the user, which means there is some sort of an error or a function which is typed improperly by the user in the program. So with this, let us just go forward with the execution of the program by using GDB compiler. Where is it? Yes, it's over here. So I have typed in the program here for you, starting with hash include the header file, int main of, then we have integer data type and so on, which I have explained in the past couple of minutes for you. So let us go forward and click on the run option over here, or press the F9 button. So it's taking some time, and here we go. So over here I type in 5 and I press the enter button, and I type in 6. So these are just two numbers which I'm entering using the keyboard. You can enter whatever two numbers that you want to. So I have entered 5 and 6. Let me just maximize this here for you. Yep. And when I press the enter button, if the program over here does not have any sort of an issue, it should give us a proper answer. So obviously 6 plus 5, it should give us 11. So let's find out. As you can see here, the program has been executed and the program finished with exit code 0, which means the program does not have any sort of an error whatsoever, and you have typed the program properly. So that is all for today's session. If you have any sort of a doubt, please feel to get in touch with me. I'll be more than glad to help you out with this issue. So with this little bit of a slide, we have reached the end of it, and thank you so much for joining me in discussing the addition of two numbers. Thank you so much, and you have a great day ahead. Take care. Bye bye.